Okay? Now, this may not be how everybody chooses to approach this process, and that's okay. But I want you to see sort of what all of these events mean and everything you need to make sure you're including into your story. Okay? So, I have these 9 squares, and I'm actually going to steal an idea from Justin because I like it. So, I'm going to keep these 3. This is my story. I get to do whatever I want. And what Justin says, because I like his ideas. So I want to tell a story about some kind of scary monsters that are attacking the world, and there's only a certain amount of time. Is that what you said? Yeah. There's only a certain amount of time to destroy these monsters. Okay? So, how many minutes?
4. Well,
yeah, 4 minutes it is. Because I like to sing. I like to sing, so that will be the theme song. So, okay. I have my... Lots of songs we can incorporate.
Yes.
I have my 3 cubes here as my inspiration. Okay? I need to start in my exposition. And what does an exposition do? Landon.
No, I was just going to ask if we get one.
Yes, you will.
Introduces
Yeah.
the character.
Like you said.
Sorry.
Introduces the characters, setting, and conflict. So, okay. I need to have this setting, and I'm sort of thinking that it's going to take place in the suburbs. I see a suburban town. I think that my main character is going to be...
Wait, the world decided in suburbs.
a young boy. I'm going to say he's somewhere between like 12. No, I'm not going to have to name. Okay. So I have a young boy, and I'm thinking that this boy, it's sort of similar to my B story, but I think this boy needs to like have some self-confidence issues. Like maybe he's unsure of himself. So I'm going to have sort of a man versus self conflict where this boy, he's not sure of who he is yet, and he doesn't really feel like he has much to offer the world. Yeah, well, I think there is also a man versus man conflict with the monsters. Okay, so I need to move then into my rising action. And I need some things that are going to complicate this story a little bit. So I know that I'm going to introduce this boy in the setting. And then in the rising action, I think the monsters have to start arriving. Yes. Obviously. I think that I need something that would complicate this conflict a little bit. So I'm wondering if perhaps like one of his family members is more greatly involved. So maybe like his mother and father get taken. I'm adding suspense. I'm adding twists and turns along the way. Okay, but I'm always building upwards towards this. What's that in the story?
Big action.
Action.
The turning point.
The key is the turning point. I would like to say it's the point of no return. This is usually when I break out into Phantom of the Opera, but I'll spare you that today. The climax is the point of the story where your conflict is going to resolve one way or another. So if you think about the most dangerous game, remember the most dangerous game? Okay. Rainsford runs from General Zaroff. He jumps off the cliff. He is either going to die or live and kill Zaroff. But in one way or another, at that point in the story, the conflict has to resolve. That's the climax. So at this point, it needs to be, I think, building towards this boy sort of face to face with the monsters. And I think my thinking initially now is maybe there's a place for irony here, where it's not actually a monster, but maybe sort of more of a mastermind who is
Like the Wizard of Oz.
yeah, kind of was putting into place these almost like fake
Puppets.
things. But I think he has to come face to face
It's a classmate dressed up.
with the monsters. And he has to be the one to take the action to get rid of them. So whether that's like unplugging a plug, and either it has to resolve in one way or another, but this boy has to be the one to do it. So in my falling action then, he rescues parents. I think he probably gets some suburban metal or something.
And he gets the girl.
Well, there wasn't really a girl. Should there be?
Maybe they took
his neighbor also
they
is
took
taken.
they took his
The
neighbor
girl.
that he's had a crush on.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's also 12.
I love
So
little
romance.
romance.
We love a little okay. Falling action.
And he gets his crush. The crush
Gets
and
girl.
the crush never went out with him because she didn't think he had enough self-confidence.
Well, but that brings us back, because what's really our main conflict?
The man versus
The self, yeah, so I think my resolution has to come back to this man versus self,
Girlfriend.
where he realizes his value.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Oh, I didn't do it. Can you work that in? Now, are all of my details super specific? No. But what I have now is I have this rough sketch of sort of where I want my story to go. There's two other things I need to hash out before I can get writing. The first is my audience. And I think based on this story, my audience is definitely more of middle or high school.